Hello and welcome to North British Naughties. That's the best description I could suddenly come up with on the top of my head. Yes, North British Loco Naughties. Why are they naughties? Well, this one in particular is a naughty. Playing up. It probably has been since I first bought it. Probably about 10 years ago. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but according to the camera, the lights are flashing on the back of that loco, but it's just the way the light is reflecting on the camera, not actually doing it off screen, alright? Anyway, back to the question, North British Naughties. This class 21 stroke 29, leading the two-tone one, has been playing up. And what it is, it would run and then stop. And also it was making noises from one of the ends. D6120 was the culprit. Well, it started out trying to quieten it down from the number 2 end, which I think is that end. I get mixed up because I've been changing ends on this thing. So I oiled it and greased it, and it started off quiet, and then it didn't. I thought, oh, it's a locomotive motor problem. Let's just move that out of the way. Right, move the other ones as well while we're talking. Yeah, pain in the arse basically. I couldn't fix it, and then I got it out again yesterday, and she ran, and then she suddenly stopped. I thought, oh no, motor blowout, decoder blowout. What is it? Let it rest, and then off she went again, and then stopped again. Now, I had a Kerno North British warship do that as well, and I think it was made by Dapol. I'm not sure. It started off life under Dapol, and then the history of that. But that had similar problem, and it turns out that was a resistor fitted. So when it heats up, it sort of stops the loco. Sorry about the bit very scrapyard bit there. It would stop the loco, right? So I thought, and I went on various different forums, and they never mentioned this specific class 21 stroke 29 from Dapol, right? So I looked at it, and I saw this big orange resistor there, and I thought, I've cut those off before for Batman locos. I've never done it on a diesel PCB before. And I thought, you know what, I've got nothing to lose, because as far as I'm concerned, the motor on this loco is fine, and maybe even the PCB is fine. I had the PCB out, that's the control board, and I realised it was all soldered up under there, so it wasn't an easy job to replace it. Can get motors for these, they're about 25 quid each, same with the new PCB, but I thought, this is brand new. Cut that off, what have you got to lose? So I did. It's a little orange thing, I haven't got it with me, but it's a little orange thing, and it sort of joins two wires up. I think it's mainly for television suppression, but it may be for other things. Anyway, I thought, look, cut it off, see what happens. So I cut it off, and the loco went dead. Couldn't get any reading out of it at all. So I thought, okay, I left enough wire for it to be joined back up again without the resistor on it, and hey presto, I've got a reading. I thought, okay, so far so good, we're back in business. Let's see what happens when she runs. And here she is, no stopping. The motor does get a little bit warm. I mean, 6120 compared to her sister, D6114 in a two-tone livery, is cooler. So it does feel a bit warmer, but you know what? I'm sticking with it for now. We've had no burnouts, no blow-ups. And this is running at 20 on a double header with her sister engine. And yeah, I'm hoping that I might have cracked it. and this loco's back in service. I was going to send it off to one of my friends, the Digitrains, to have a look at, but that's it. So here we are with all 4 North British locos running together for the first time. And another thing I've just learned, I put another decoder in this and the lights packed up. I thought it was me, but it wasn't. Turns out it was the decoder not fitted with extra light function. So I plonked the original decoder back in, and there we go. We've got working cab lights on it again. All the lighting is working. And I did take a photograph of the PCB before I started mucking about with it and unplugging it, and one of them was sticking up, one of the contacts, but I've pushed that back down and luckily no damage. And here we are. She's oiled up and she's not even making a noise. That's the icing on the cake. So I hope I haven't spoke too soon about all this. These two are fine, they always have been fine out the box, and so's that one. It's only this one that has ever played me up. Now I'll watch this film back and see if those lights are flashing. If they are, if you can see flashing lights on that leading loco, ignore it, because off screen they don't flash. They're marker lights and they don't flash like that. Alright, I've put the garage light on just to give us a bit more light and take in it a bit more, but wow, yeah. And I've left these locos are all fitted with working cab lights and marker lights. Okay, so brilliant. You can have the front on all the time, or the rear on all the time, or all off. Alright, but I've left the cab lights in all 4 locos just to demonstrate what Dapol did. So yeah, North British, you can see this almost similarity there, but what we'll do, we'll stop all 4 locos and compare bogies. Alright, not the nose ones, the loco ones. Alright, let's have a bogey compare. So first of all, we'll stop the class 21s, 29s, and let's think now. Got to make sure I've got it on the right one. Find the loco. Here we go. This is these slowing down now. That's it, I've got the right ones. I'll stop them now, and then we'll get back onto the others and stop them as they come round. Do a bogey. Have I got that one? No, wrong one. Right, got them. Get that. We'll get them sort of nose up to nose up. Best way to do it. Right. North British Locomotive Works, Glasgow. These were diesel electrics and these were diesel hydraulics. All the same type of cab design. These are shorter body shells. I'll draw them up. I'm sure these are slightly shorter than the 29s, 21s. These were all allocated to the Western region. Never went up to Scotland. And were diesel hydraulics. And we've drawn back 71. These from the off, I think they may have been trialled in London, maybe not quite sure, but certainly early on all went up to Scotland because there were problems, engine problems with these. So they started out life with Paxman engines, I think. Let's try and get the blurb and I can read you a bit off of that, see what they say. Oh, that's it's a wrong blurb. It's class 22s. I don't think I've got any paperwork for these in the shed here, garage at the moment, so I have to do it from memory. But these at some point had an engine change. So initially they all looked like this in the green colour, and then when they went in the works and had their engines changed, they came out looking like this, a 2-tone green livery. Paxman Ventura name springs to mind. I'm not sure about the original engines, whether the Paxman Ventura engines were the re-engine ones or the originals. But something to do with that. So you can see, so look at the bogies on the 21s, and they became class 29s when they were re-engined under BR. Never carried tops numbers, so there wasn't a 29001 or anything. So the bogies look like that, and the bogies look like that on the class 22s. And again, these never carried tops numbers, so there wasn't a 22001. Let's think. These did carry BR blue, some with a small yellow panel and some with the full yellow end. These I think also got BR blue at some point, some of them, and some of them got the double arrow on, looking like this. I like this unique livery, that's why I got it. These were harder to find, and you can get these fitted with sound, although where they're getting the sound files from, I don't know. But yeah, so there you go, all with the cruising, all with the lights on. And the first time I've ever run all these four together like this, because I've been able to, because of 6120 playing up. So let's hope it stays like this. Yeah, and I never saw any, and none exist in real life, as I've said before. Oh, the other thing is, I haven't got the line going across the bottom on the 29s. They didn't paint that in, although they did put a line mid on the waist. Yeah, that white line going across, sort of creamy colour green line. Very nice, very lucky to have them, as long as they run. And let's set them off again. So we'll start off with the 22s first, because I think those are the last ones to stop. They're on this short freight train, and the 29s are running in and on test still, just to keep an eye on them. So we'll turn the cab light off D6310, because, in fact, we'll turn all the cab lights off, because you shouldn't really be having them on when they're running. So I'll try and do that, but I'm just remembering all the numbers. I think I've turned the cab lights off that one. We'll come back to the cab lights on the leading loco in a minute. We're gonna go over to these and turn their cab lights off before they set off. So yeah, we've got that one, and now I'll do this one. Do that. Yep. So she's ready. We'll leave. Should we leave them? We'll turn all the marker lights off as well, I think. Marker lights gone off for that one. And let's do the marker lights on this. Right. I think that's all our lights off. Let's set these off. Right, we've still got loco over there with its lights on. In fact, both of these have got their lights on. Oh, look at that. Spoke far too soon. Maybe that was just a blip. Please. I'm trying to turn the lights off these class 22s. I'm struggling to do that. Can't turn them off. Should be able to. Just turning them off every number I come up with. 61. So this is 20. Should be able to turn that off. Can't seem to do it. But I'm not too worried. I'm gonna speed them up. And let's get back to 61. Speed that up. Give that a bit more welly. She didn't stop, she just hesitated, so I'm hoping it's not a problem. Take her up to 20. It was there, weren't it? So far they've been well behaved, so I'll leave them up to 25. I'd love to turn the lights off of this leaving these locos. But they're under consist. And according to my controller, it's not showing the lights on. But they are on, so for some reason I can't seem to turn them off. I might have turned 6313 off. I can't quite tell where you're at. Certainly the lead loco's got its lights on. Yeah, they've both still got their lights on. I know that all right. Still trying. Look at this. Nothing's got its lights on. Weird. That's the... See, I know I'm talking to myself here. That is the two class 29 stroke 21s under consist, one consist number, right? They're fine, all their lights are off. These ones are running under number 20. So, anyway. We'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. That was our little North British soiree this morning in another lovely day in Essex. And yeah, I'm pretty happy not to have to muck about with yet another loco. And I'll put that in the locomotive notes, what I did. And I'm also going to ring up DigiTrains just to see what their take on all this is. Alright. It's certainly strange because this one has still got its resistor in it. So I would have thought it's exactly the same, but there you go. Maybe the resistor was wrong at the factory. That could easily be the case, couldn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching. There you go, all four together.